These finance myths could be draining your bank account as we speak. If you're striving for financial security but find it elusive, this is for you. Today, we'll unravel the top 5 finance myths holding you back. Let's dive into point 1. The first myth is the belief that renting is always throwing money away. Although owning a home can be a good investment, it's not universally beneficial. Consider the numbers. Between 2010 and 2020, the average annual maintenance cost of owning a home in the US was approximately 1% of the property value. For a $300,000 home, that's $3,000 a year on upkeep alone. Property taxes, insurance, and potential interest from a mortgage, and you might find yourself spending significantly more than anticipated. On average, homeowners pay about 1.2% in property taxes annually, meaning for that same $300,000 home, another $3,600 is gone. The notion that rent is purely an expense ignores the financial flexibility it offers. When renting, there's no need to worry about declining property values or sudden repairs. A study by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York found that homeowners bear more financial risk during economic downturns than renters do. So, why hold on to this myth? Perhaps it's the allure of ownership or societal pressure. But knowledge is power. To make wise financial decisions, it's crucial to consider overall costs, not just monthly payments. In the next section, we'll explore the investments paradox, why supposed safe assets might not be as secure as you think. These finance myths could be draining your bank account as we speak. Let us delve further with point 2. The myth here is that carrying a balance on your credit card improves your credit score. Many believe this, when in fact, it only swells the profits of credit card companies. Consider this. At an 18% annual interest rate, carrying an average balance of $1,000 will cost you approximately $180 in interest per year. That's $180 straight out of your pocket and into the bank's coffers. Now recall that maintaining a balance doesn't actually boost your credit score. Your credit utilization ratio is what matters. A lower ratio is better. If your credit limit is $5,000 and your current balance is $1,000, your utilization ratio is 20%. Keep it under 30% to maintain a healthy score. Now to point 3. Myth number 3 is that you should always invest in stocks for the long term. While stocks have the potential for high returns, they come with significant risks. Over a 20-year period, historical data shows the S&P 500 has averaged about a 7% annual return after inflation. However, if your investments were concentrated during downturns, such as the late 2000s, your average return might be significantly lower. Someone who invested $10,000 in the S&P 500 in late 2007 would have seen their investment drop to roughly $6,000 by early 2009 before recovering. This would certainly test anyone's long-term resolve. So diversify your investments to mitigate risks. Think stocks, bonds, and real estate. In fact, diversifying is like having a balanced diet. All steak and no vegetables might be great for some, but where's the fiber? Now that we've dispelled these myths, it's time to move forward. Transitioning into concrete action steps, let's explore how you can take control and maximize your financial potential. Point 4. Let's get practical. Here's a specific action plan you can put in place today to counter these misleading finance myths. Begin by allocating 30 minutes to examine your bank statements and identify any lingering expenses that seem unnecessary. If you're still subscribed to that magazine you never read, or you're paying for that gym membership you haven't used in months, it's time to determine which expenditures truly add value to your life. Cancel them and reinvest that money wisely. Now, for the next 30 days, set up a simple budget that caps your discretionary spending. Use tools like expense tracker apps to keep you accountable. Track your spending habits daily and adjust as needed. Aim to save at least 10% of your income. It might sound daunting, but even saving an additional $50 a week can lead to 200s at the end of the year. That's a significant amount, potentially freeing you from believing the myth that a little bit here and there won't matter. One might object, arguing that spontaneous spending brings joy and makes life feel less restrictive. A valid concern, but balance is key. Allocate a small, fixed part of your budget specifically for high-return enjoyment. This way, you actively plan for joy within your financial means, which aligns with a more sustainable financial future. Remember, following these steps challenges those pervasive finance myths directly impacting your bank account, as we discussed. If you found today's analysis illuminating, subscribe for more myths unraveled. Your wallet may thank you.